Hi, I'm Michelle Clary. I'm a Fort Hays State graduate student in the non-degree seeking program for the Building Leadership Endorsement. I am also a wife, a mom, a daughter, and oh yeah, where I spend 40 to 60 hours a week, if not more. I'm a special education coordinator at the Wyandotte Comprehensive Special Education Cooperative, located in Kansas City, Kansas. Kansas City, Kansas is the school district that I grew up in, so working for the Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools is like coming home. The Wyandotte County Special Education Cooperative consists of 3 school districts. The USD 500 Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools, USD 204 Bonner Springs Edwardsville School District, and USD 204 Piper School District. All 3 of these school districts are located in Wyandotte County. My assignment is being the special education coordinator for the 2 smaller districts, USD 204 Bonner Springs Edwardsville and USD 203 Piper Schools. I have early childhood through the age of 21 and all the programs in those 2 small districts. In addition to the 2 small districts, I'm also the special ed coordinator for the vision and deaf hard of hearing departments for all 3 school districts. Needless to say, it's a little busy keeping track of these things, but you get used to it. I've been in the special education cooperative for 12 years, so I'm pretty proud of that stance, and I must be doing something right. Prior to being a special education coordinator, I was a high school special education teacher at Paola High School and at Valley Center High School. Valley Center High School is where I started having my very own classroom. If you could call it your own classroom. I shared a classroom with 3 other special education teachers and I think 6 paras in one little room, but we knew how to make it work. Prior to being a teacher, I was a paraprofessional in a 5th grade self-contained behavior disorder classroom in Emporia, and after I graduated from college, Emporia State University, I was a substitute teacher in Turner Schools and in Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools. So I obtained my Bachelor of Science in Education from Emporia State. While being a teacher, I was hired on a special education waiver, so I was working on my master's in teaching in special education with an emphasis in learning disabilities. After that program, a few years went by and I went back to school at the University of Kansas to obtain the Supervisor Coordinator certification to add to my teaching license. After that, a few years after that, I shopped around and I ended up at Fort Hays State University. I started in July of 2020 and I'm still going strong because I'm going to complete the Building Leadership Program. Completing the Building Leadership Program is one of my personal and professional goals that I have for the next 1 to 5 years. So here's my disclaimer. All of these things are subject to change at any moment, any given time. If you remember my first picture on the first slide, that was pre-COVID picture where I knew what things were happening. The picture on this slide is during COVID, where I'm a little frazzled, I look a lot older, and maybe even a little bit heavier. But I've got this new puppy, and there he is. And who can't give a person an A because she's got a puppy on her slide? So within the next 1 to 5 years, I plan on completing my Building Leadership certification, and I plan on passing the praxis test 690 on the very first try. And of course, with my husband and son, I want them to be happy and healthy and make good choices and be in positive relationships. Within the next 4 to 5 years, my son's going to be ready for post-secondary education or some type of training or military. Who knows what he'll pick. Whatever he picks when he gets done, my goal is that he will be debt-free. With my Building Leadership certification, it's going to put me in a position where I am able to apply for different kinds of jobs. And I want to find something in education that challenges me, where I can work in a team, and where I'm happy. And I think I will continue on to obtain my district level leadership certification on my teaching license. I might not go as hard as I did with the building leadership program, but it'll take some time, and I plan on completing that too. One of these days, I'm going to rent a beach house for an entire month, not be in graduate classes, but I'm going to be at some beach on a house with friends and families where we can just hang out. My other future goals are to have our house and land paid off for, to be healthy, have my husband and my son be healthy and in good physical shape. I want to be in some type of educational position, whether it be a special education coordinator, an assistant principal, or working at the district office, where I'm in a position where I'm able to mentor and groom my replacement. Because technically I'm not that far off from retiring, but I seem to be taking more classes and getting more things added to my teaching license. I guess that's telling me I'm not done. I'm not done working with kids. So I want to be in a position where I'm able to motivate staff and students into creating and living out their own dreams. So why did I choose Fort Hays State? I went to Emporia State. I went to KU. Rival places, right? Well, my superintendent, one of them, Mr. Brungart, he recommended Fort Hays State. After shopping around and looking at it, the Building Leadership Non-Degree Endorsement Program of Study was built for me. I liked the pace of the program and how fast you could get it done. I also liked talking to former students, graduate students that were able to teach and able to have their positions, and they felt like that they weren't bombarded with homework and assignments, and they were able to balance everything: school life, home life, and going to Fort Hays State. My initial expectations for the program is I'm looking for a leadership program, and I believe I found it. Is I want to have real life or practical scenarios that build up the skills that it would take to be a building leader. I think the classes and the expectations and the standards need to be related to the praxis exam. And from what I've read and how I've interviewed graduates, that's true. Fort Hays State does do that. And not to have busy work as assignment, just to have an assignment, because most of the students are working a 46-hour work week. I also have the same deal in just a typical middle school class. I'm not a real fan of busy work, just having them have something to do. So yes, that's carried over into my expectations for the Building Leadership Program at Fort Hays State. If you would like any more questions about me and my goals and my expectations, here's my Fort Hays State email, and there's my personal phone number if you can't catch me on the first slide with all of my work emails, Facebook, and Twitter's account. Have a good day, and thanks for watching.